Did you know that on March 24th, a brand new Cosmos Layer 1 blockchain went live on mainnet? And that Layer 1 blockchain is not only very innovative, lightning fast, and focuses on tokenization and onboarding enterprises, but also it has close ties to Ripple and the XRP ledger. If you have no clue what the Coreum network is all about, then don't worry, I'll get you up to speed in the next 10 minutes. Coreum is a brand new Cosmos Layer 1 blockchain or Cosmos app chain that is specialized on tokenization of real-world assets and that is tailored for enterprises to be regulatory compliant for those big businesses and organizations to build their applications and use cases on top of. Koren is also the first Layer 1 blockchain, at least in Cosmos as of my knowledge, that implements their own in-house developed enterprise-graded blockchains standard, short EGB. What is EGB? EGB is a new generation of blockchains that is geared towards enterprise compliance. And Coreum is working on adopting ISO 222. And what is ISO 222? It's actually an open global standard for financial information. After my discussions with the team also, they said that Coreum is actually perfectly suited for payments. And we're also going to look into some of the on-chain statistics because the Coreum chain is actually lightning fast, which is always a big criticism against Bitcoin for being super slow when it comes to payments, right? But apparently Coreum is optimized for that. EGB also contains optional KYC features on-chain, real-time settlements with the transaction details while not exposing confidential details, right? Which is obviously a big blocker for many of the enterprises and big institutions and organizations. The Coreum team actually has very close ties to Ripple and the XRP ledger. In fact, the founding members of Coreum are also founding members of Sologenic. And Sologenic is one of the largest, maybe even the largest application on top of the XRP ledger. Coreum came to life sometime in 2022, has its also close ties to the XRP community, which, as you know, the XRP army is extremely strong out there. And the Sologenic Development Foundation first announced the launch or the idea of Coreum in December of 2022. The two co-founders of Coreum are Bob Russ and Reza Bashash, who are also founders of Sologenic. In fact, I managed to meet up with Reza here in Dubai, where I moved to roughly a month ago. And he's also the CTO and a very, very experienced person in the crypto space. Coreum roughly has 20 team members as of right now. The Coreum mainnet then launched on March 24th of 2023, so it's just over a month old. And with it, they also launched an XRPL/Coreum bridge that went live on the Sologenic DEX to enable seamless token migration to the Coreum mainnet on March 24th. There was no additional funding for the Coreum network. There was no ICO, no token sale, and the major backer is actually the Sologenic Development Foundation. However, Coreum apparently began seeking VC funding in Q1 of 2023. Now, the innovation of Coreum is their smart token concept. What are smart tokens? Smart tokens are natively issued tokens on the Coreum blockchain that are wrapped around smart contracts, making them highly customizable, lightweight, and flexible. The Coreum chain itself is built using the Cosmos SDK, Tendermint Proof of Stake, as well as CosmWasm, which is this default smart contract platform in Cosmos. In terms of interoperability, the goal is actually to not only enable IBC for Cosmos chains, but also to innovate IBC to achieve compatibility with networks that are outside of Cosmos. If we look at their roadmap, you can see that Q4, strong focus on IBC. on-chain native interaction with the Atom token, and I guess also with the rest of the IBC gang, which we nearly have 60 coins in that ecosystem. And then further Q1 2024, IBC additional support. And it mentions XRPL, so the XRP ledger, Ethereum, Solana, Binance Smart Chain, and Bitcoin. Further at some of the network stats of the Korean blockchain, we can see that there are currently 30 network validators. And in fact, Stakecito, my validator, we are actually in the top 10 as of recording. The average block time is actually 1.81 seconds, which is lightning fast for a Cosmos-based chain. Normally, Tenor-based chains are between 6 and 7 second block time. I think the only one that is faster currently is Injective, and soon potentially Sane Network that is also extremely fast. The inflation is actually dynamic, which is pegged to 2/3 of the bonded ratio, and it varies between 0 and 20%. Currently, we are at an inflation rate of roughly 10%, which means the staking IPR is quite high at 35.24%. The unbundling time for the native token of the network, the core token, is 7 days. The initial supply was 500 million tokens. The utility for the core token are obviously staking, aka securing the network, transaction fees, and governance. Governance so far is not live yet though, but it's going to be implemented, and then we'll see the first on-chain proposals live on the Koreum network. Validators are required to have a 20,000 core self-bond and also enough voting power to get into the active set. There's a 5% slashing for double signing and a 0.5% slashing for downtime. Coreum also did an airdrop, but primarily for the Sologenic community. So if you're a solo holder or a core holder, you might be eligible to get that airdrop. I'll leave the links under this video. My personal conclusion is that I find it very exciting when teams that are not necessarily natively from the Cosmos community, when they discover Cosmos, when they like the technology and decide to build a chain on it, right? We've seen that with Kanto, for example, that came from the Ethereum community. We're seeing it with World Mobile Token that came from the Cardano community. And now we're seeing it with Coreum. And in the future, I think we'll see it with many, many more. Because I think the power, especially of IBC, but also Tenements, the Cosmos SDK itself, all these features are very interesting. And the more you see strong development teams, also think of DYDX, discover this and build their networks in it, it's extremely bullish and a strong signal that Cosmos is here to stay. I'm very happy that Coreum chose Cosmos. I'm very happy that we have another strong team, 20 plus developers and builders entering Cosmos, upstreaming their work, making the technology stack more battle tested, more robust, contributing also to the community and to the improvement of the technologies. Really exciting also as a third point that they're focused on tokenization, because I think that's a very interesting angle that in Cosmos is sometimes a little bit forgotten, right? I think Cosmos is very strong in DeFi, but when it comes to tokenization platforms, enterprise adoption, and also NFTs, to be honest, I think there's a lot of upside to put it in that way. Finally, accounts to follow. If you enjoyed this video, if you like Coreum and you want to learn more, are right here. And I really encourage you to check it out. And if you're a core holder, don't hesitate to delegate your core tokens to Stakecito. I really appreciate that on behalf of the Stakecito team. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Let me know also in the comments which project you want me to cover next here on the channel. And if you have any alpha leaks for me, maybe, I'll really appreciate that. So thanks everybody, stay safe and be good.